Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and we've got some Q&As today, questions and answers coming to you from YouTube land. And speaking of YouTube, I have to mention a couple things for you really quick. I do not control the ads that you see on YouTube. YouTube controls that. Also, just so you know, the Coin Geek, my website that I have my domain name of that I have not used for a while because I'm still figuring out what to do with it. If you see something that says it's the official YouTube, the Coin Geek website, it is not. It is taking you to someone else's website. I am not connected with any other company that says that. The only other company that I keep is Old Pueblo Coin. So the only site, if you want to find our coins and material, is, of course, here on YouTube at the Coin Geek, but also at the web address oldpueblocoin.com. And if you start to see anything suspicious, please send it my way. All right, next up, coin clubs. Especially if you have a Western coin club that you would like to have me speak through Zoom or something along those lines, do a presentation for, let me know. I'm thinking of everyone along the lines of from El Paso to Albuquerque up into Denver, Vegas, multitudes of people in California. And I want to follow that up with saying, guys, get your trucks, cars, and vans loaded up so I can see you in January in Tucson. Do get your hotel rooms now for the Tucson Coin Show. The Tucson Invitational Coin and Currency Expo, which is the full name, but of course TucsonCoinshow.com, and brought to you by the Coin Geek and by Stax Bowers. Thanks to our sponsors for that. Also, it's $5 to get in the show. This is 10. That's not 5. It's $5 to get in the show. But if you have a coin club membership of any kind, you get in free, right? So. You know, it should be a good time. We're looking forward to seeing everyone down there. And let's rock and roll with some questions here. DDT asking about what happened to ANACS. Like, this is a fun question. He goes into a little bit more detail, like, did something big happen? ANACS at one point in time was favorable, and now they're not. And if any of you have any insight that's not salacious, but just kind of have some other insight, I thought this was a good question for everyone to kind of stew on a little bit. My answer for what happened to ANACS is a little bit like, I don't know that there was one particular thing that happened to ANACS. I just think that the market shifted away from them towards something else. It's a little bit like asking, well, what happened to Blackberries or what happened to pagers, right? Like, or what happened to Billy Bean. But wait, no, that's the wrong analogy. That would be there was a one moment in time and everything fell apart after that kind of moment. I don't think ANACS had a Billy Bean moment. I think, though, that they're probably a little bit more like a modern technological item that we've seen, or what happened to Ma Bell. Like, just the market shifted towards something else that it favored more, you know, and I don't think it's something that they did wrong. So my answer is that the market shifted away from their product towards other products. That's actually my answer. But some of you may have a different opinion about something along those lines. All right, let me see here. We had some more questions about, or comments about, I had a video about making mistakes with your purchases and then what do you do afterwards. And Kenley D. Ford says, thank you, appreciate the video. I made a few dumb, embarrassing mistakes and had to eat the loss. Fortunately, it was not on anything huge. I've learned to take my time and listen and learn. I've also accidentally timed selling, purchasing a few things at the right time. Patience and priorities over impulse purchases, quality over quantity works better for me. One of the reasons why I like this comment was because he points out that, you know, for as many times as we've made some dumb mistakes, we've probably all timed the market correctly accidentally also. So we should probably keep in mind that, you know, don't let making mistakes kind of keep us down. You know, just move on. Just move on. Another comment along those lines from Flower 2289 about having the coin available for resale. Instead, that the transaction should not become a part of their identity. And I thought that was kind of along the same lines. I thought that was pretty important. Don't make those transactions a part of your identity because they are not who you are. It's just sometimes we got to move on. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, whoops. And is there a guide or any resource for types of toning and how much more valuable they can make a coin? Empty string asking a very, very good question. So there is not, I will say that there is not a good resource. Now, there's been some apps that have dropped. So Pure, is it called Pure? Coin Pure? There's an app that dropped this summer, and it's supposed to analyze the color of a coin and be able to tell you where in the marketplace it might fit based on its color. I haven't really seen people using it as a metric for actually how much their coins are worth or not. To me, it's the type of thing that you have to be in the marketplace a lot and understand what people price coins at and what other people are willing to pay for them. The toning market is something that absolutely blew up post-COVID. Before that, it was popular among a lot fewer people, and but today it's kind of moved back into favor with a lot of people. I do think that that movement has been temporary and will continue to shift back down a little bit. But you know, coins that used to be, you know, say it was a $100 coin white, a toned version that was nicely toned might be $150 to $200. Well, those coins all jumped up to like $800. You know, but a lot of them I think have come back down to like that 300 range. So I think the thing to do really is, if you really want to know about toning, you kind of have to keep your eye in the market. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking, like, guys were taking everything like at a show and see there's like this little bit of tone around the edge here, and they'd write toning, and it's like, what are you doing right now? That's not toning, that's just not white. You know, it's not adding value. So a quick overview is, the more brilliant and colorful the toning is, the more valuable the coin is. You know, it's all has to do with eye appeal. Muted tones are not as popular, and a coin that has bright color but only has bright color at certain angles under the light. In other words, you want it to show the color. I've had plenty of coins that were dark, but you could only see the toning in the light. That's not as desirable as something that is really vibrant. Okay, we've got time for a couple more here. Rapid response. Quick question for you. Do dye polishes on coins go against the grade of the coin if they are only visible by loupe and not the naked eye? So dye polish should not affect the coin grade. Like, in a very technical sense, the coin grade should be the same with or without dye polish. It's like if you have some type of an error or lamination on the coin, you still grade the coin as you would a normal coin. You don't really, the other attributes on there do not affect the grade, or should not affect the grade. Now, it can affect the eye appeal, it can affect the saleability, and it can go either way, because I've seen plenty of people where you have a certain amount of dye polish or a certain look to the coin, and all of a sudden the buyers split. Like, some guys will say, I like the coin, but because of that, I'm not going to buy it. And then you'll have other guys that'll be like, oh, that's really cool. I think maybe I'd consider paying a little extra even for that. So, but dye polish should not in any way affect the grade of the coin. All right, a whole lot of jibber jabber about seeing me in Tucson. I'm still planning to try to figure out some type of meetup at the coin show. I've got a lot of different moving parts for the coin show in January, and so we'll see what happens. I'm not making any promises. All right, finally, R6 and 4 writer. I don't know what happened to all the names on YouTube. They have alphanumerics now, and I just can't word. All right, what does it mean to be a type coin? I always get confused on it. Okay, so sometimes I will be looking at coins and I'll say this is a nice type coin. So usually what I'm referring to when I use that term is that there's a way that people collect coins that is by type. In other words, they're not putting an entire series together. So think all the Lincoln pennies or all the Washington quarters. What they're usually doing is putting together one of each type, an example of each coin. So one Washington quarter, one Mercury dime, one Buffalo nickel, and they're collecting coins by type, not by date and mint mark combination. Type coins also refers to coins that are not commonly purchased and collected by date and mint mark combination. So if you think about the coins that people are most likely to collect by actual full sets, you're thinking mostly 20th century coins, so all of your modern coinage. And you're usually thinking about, really for your older coins, Morgan dollars. After that, almost anything else would have been considered a type coin. So in other words, all of your seated coinage. Barbers are kind of on the border. Some people collect, barbers are collected widely still by date and mint mark combination, but sometimes they're considered to be in that range. But really any of your trade dollars, seated dollars, all the seated coinage, your 2 cent, 3 cent, your 20 cent, and then anything older, your half cents, large cents. Traditionally, those guys are considered to be the type coins. So it can mean a couple different things, but usually if I'm talking about somebody having a coin for their type as a good type coin, I'm usually making the comment that if you just wanted to have a coin, one example of the coin, and you're not putting an entire set together, that it's kind of a nice coin to have. So that is what we're talking about with type coins. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for everything. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next time. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.